introduction. Hello, everyone. It's great to be here in Mansfield. We are really excited about it. I got the opportunity to bring my daughters with us today. So this is Reese Kasich, Abby Kasich, and my third daughter who lives down the street, Megan. So we've got them traveling with us today, which always makes it fun. I thought I would let you know a little bit about how I met John Kasich, because I get asked that question a lot. How did you meet him, and how did you end up in this life of politics? And I was a young lady right out of college working at my first job, and I was working for a public relations firm, and they told me to go out and get photographs of 6 or 7 Ohio officials. And Congressman John Kasich was one of the officials that I needed to go get a photograph of, and he meant nothing to me, nothing more than any of those other officials on my list. But I went, and I remember we laughed and we had a good time. But that's about all I really remember about it, except that when the magazine came out 2 months later, my office phone rang, and it was Congressman John Kasich. And he said, well, I was just calling to tell you that I think that the magazine turned out very nicely. And I thought, none of those other guys called to tell me the magazine turned out nicely. But I didn't think much more of that. And then about a month later, my phone rang again, and it was Congressman John Kasich, and this time he asked me out to lunch. So I called my mother, and I said, Mom, this congressman just asked me out to lunch. And she said, oh, no. She said, first of all, you don't know anything about current affairs. I don't know what you're going to talk about the whole time. You need to go get Newsweek magazine and start reading. And to the day she died, my mother sent me Newsweek magazine at Christmas every year. But the conversation must have gone fine, because we've been married 19 years. We have these 2 beautiful 16-year-old daughters, and I couldn't be more proud of the man that John Kasich is. So it worked out well for me, and I hope it worked out well for him. I think he would say yes. I wanted to tell you that I am very proud of John, and for the reasons that Pat so eloquently spoke of. 18 years in Congress, the Budget Committee chairman when they balanced the budget, proving he can work across both sides of the aisle. The Foreign Services experience that he has on the Foreign Service Committee, Armed Services Committee. He has more Foreign Service experience than any of those other people up there running for president. And he knows how to make sure that our men and women who are in harm's way have the right weapons at the right place and the right time. I'm proud of his time in the private sector where he worked in business, and I enjoyed those years very much. But then he came to me and he said, you know, Ohio's rather in a death spiral, and I think I'm the man that can get in there and fix things and make life better for Ohioans. And I knew that he was, because of what I'd seen him do in Washington, and I knew I had to let him run. And thank goodness he ran, because Ohio, as Pat said, is in such a much better place than it was before John Kasich took over. The addition of 400,000 private sector jobs alone on his watch is incredible. And not to mention the fact that he's a man, like Pat said, who really worries about the people living in the shadows in Ohio and wants policies that will bring them up along with the rest of us. And that's the mentally disabled, the working poor, it's the drug addicted. And they need our help, and John Kasich does not let them get left behind. So I'm terribly proud of that. I need your help on Tuesday. I want to see John Kasich become our nominee for the next president of the United States, and I need you to go out there, vote for John Kasich, and show Donald Trump that he can't just march into Ohio and take the state. So with that, I'd like to bring you Ohio Governor John Kasich.